Good afternoon. On the last weekend of the league programme, the kick-off match brings you drama on three fronts. Our second match will be the vital European nations match between Wales and Yugoslavia, the first leg of their quarter-final in Zagreb. But our main match links two grounds on a thin line of nervous tension. One is Anfield, where a Central League game is being played against the background of Liverpool's afternoon of agonising inactivity in the battle for the league championship. What matters at Anfield is a match being played 200 miles away in West London at Loftus Road.
And here the position is quite simple. Queen's Park Rangers, second in the table, must beat Leeds, who are fourth. If Rangers lose or draw, Liverpool will be champions this afternoon. If Rangers win, then Liverpool will need at least 1 point from their remaining game away to Wolves. Queen's Park Rangers are at full strength with 9 internationals in their side. But there's a special welcome for one of the uncapped players, David Webb, who's been scoring some spectacular and important late goals for them. The other uncapped player is Don Masson, and he's being watched this afternoon by the Scottish team manager Willie Ormond, who could yet give him a late call-up for the home internationals. Leeds are without Terry Yorath, who is playing for Wales in Zagreb, and without Alan Clark, who is injured. Another absentee is Gordon McQueen, victim of the long-term injury that has kept him out since November. But Billy Bremner, that combative little Scotsman, is still there to lead them. And Queen's Park Rangers, in the blue and white hoop shirts, kick off, attacking the goal to our left. Webb, a nod down by Reaney. Challenge between Hollins and Bremner. Thomas to Jerry Francis, the England skipper. Bowles. Cut out by Frank Gray. And brought away by Trevor Cherry. Referee this afternoon is Mr. Bill Gow from Swansea. Quite a blustery wind and a cold afternoon in London. Packed Loftus Road ground. Frankie Gray. Masson. Ball for Gibbons to chase, but Reaney cuts it off. Bowles. When Bowles heads into the box, there is always danger around. A man who was involved in a couple of controversial penalty incidents over the Easter weekend. One crucial penalty which kept Rangers in the championship chase. But here now is David Harvey to take the goal kick for Leeds. Masson. Good ball, and Hollins had taken up a good position. Bremner. Mackenzie. Eddie Gray. Hunter. Clement. Confident and well-judged back pass on a windy afternoon. Nerves will be important here this afternoon. Dave Thomas and Reaney. Thomas lost his footing, Reaney steps in, and Thomas fouls him. That's the first free kick of the game. Long kick from Harvey and a head back by Webb. Pitch very firm, which will make control even more difficult in the wind. Good cross, header away by Reaney, and Clement's run and cross come to nothing. Jerry Francis, whose shot lost a lot of pace on the ground. Harvey in the Scotland squad for the forthcoming international games. Cherry's header to Hunter. Too high for Mackenzie. Clement. McClintock. And Masson. Hollins on a run in the inside left position. But Masson is looking for something else. Tried and left it too late. Jordan. Gillard. Harris robbed by Thomas. Webb. Bowles. Bremner coming through him from behind. Really, Bremner indicating a dive there, which really is absurd. Wrapped right across the back of the legs of his man. Hunter the general. Masson with the free kick. And Webb is in there. And Harvey catches. David Webb had taken up a good position. Masson floated the free kick. And Webb got in the back header. Offside flag. Linesman takes it down and Rangers have possession. Givens. Madeley. Greeny. Hunter. McClintock. Beautifully done by the Rangers centre-half. Clement. Francis. Bremner. Just a little nudge by Jerry Francis on Billy Bremner. And that clash of the two skippers gives us a free kick for Leeds. Hunter to take it. McKenzie. Webb. Thomas. Collins leaves it for Thomas, who knew what he was up to. And taking over again from Masson. Clement. Off the top of Madeley's head, Harvey has it. Webb to Masson. Givens raiding, Hunter covering. Greeny, ball again lively in the wind, and Thomas takes advantage. In comes Francis. Givens, and it struck Madeley. Best chance of the game so far. Gillard, blocked by Bremner. Collins. Gillard. Rangers with the screws on here. And now it'll cool down as Leeds regain possession. But that build-up there with the cross from Thomas and Jerry Francis missing his kick gave an opportunity to Givens, but it was blocked. Madeley hooked away from him cleverly by Givens. Cherry. Eddie Gray. Harris on his right. The ball inside the back meant for the young Welshman, and he's found the speed, but couldn't quite get there before he ran out of pitch. It's Paul Reaney, 14 and a half years with Leeds. No foul, and Mr. Gow smiles and shakes his head and says that was a simple accidental entanglement. Thomas and Reaney going over each other. Harris. Stolen away from Bremner. Givens. Francis! Great save by Harvey. Made out of nothing by Queen's Park Rangers. Givens just looked up, saw Francis arriving, knocked the ball instantly, and a great shot by Francis, well saved, and indeed very well saved by Harvey. Now Francis. Givens. Shot by Masson was blocked, and Harris for Leeds. Gillard, Thomas, Wide for Clement. Clintock. Hollins. Gillard. Only Webb back for Queen's Park Rangers as they come looking for this important goal. Hollins. It wasn't very far wide. He set himself and took deliberate aim from 35 yards, and at the last second Harvey decided he needed to go for it. Bremner under this with Hollins. Masson. Hollins. Hunter. Jordan. Lobbed by McClintock. Thomas. Gillard. Still in play. Bremner finding Jordan. Hooked away by McClintock to Masson. Hollins. Thomas takes over. Frank Gray's nod down to Eddie Gray and back out again. Francis going with him. As soon as they get the ball into the Leeds third of the pitch, Rangers put the pressure on the man with the ball. Vaguely away, but it keeps coming back at Leeds. Clement. It's an easy one for David Harvey. Well, 8 minutes to go to half-time, and still 0-0. Harris finding Jordan. Bremner, nicely done to Cherry. Still Cherry. He's had a sterling game for Leeds in this first half. Frank Gray, Mackenzie trying to play the 1-2, and McClintock and now Gillard. Clement. Bowles. Hunter coming into him. Getting the throw in. A change of shorts on the far side for Norman Hunter. Spectacular view for the spectators in the big newsstand on the far side. Hollins. Bremner. Jordan's header. Webb gets it away. Masson to Francis. Hollins has stolen through again. Francis. Masson. Now Bowles challenging Hunter. Bowles shooting, there's a deflection and it's chopped by Francis, and an incredible reflex save by Harvey. Francis got a foot to it, Bowles set it up, and Harvey brilliantly stopped it. Hunter. Mackenzie, Cherry, off balance. Hollins. Good interception by Cherry, made up for his tame pass that set up the possibility for Rangers. Now here's Gillard. Not yet clear, but Madeley will get it out now. Mackenzie. Offside. Mr. Parsons, the linesman on the far side, who's given some decisions which have displeased Queen's Park Rangers, giving an absolutely correct one there in their favour. Doesn't get any pat on the back for that, of course. Madeley made contact. Eddie Gray. Mackenzie. A push there by Eddie Gray. So we played 46 minutes in this first half. Masson. Hollins to Francis. McClintock waiting on the far touchline. Thomas out this side. Gillard available. Givens with Reaney coming in behind him. And the ball given away to Jordan. Taking on Clement. A lot of empty space in which to do it, and he's got Hunter coming up behind in support. But Jordan's still going on, and Hollins comes to the rescue. Webb. And there's the half-time whistle, and Dave Sexton heads for the dressing room, knowing that his team have still got it all to do. A very tense situation still, as Liverpool wait and hope at Anfield. For the second half, join us again in a few moments.
Kick-off match part 2. OB 451/64 edited.
And welcome back to nervous West London, where Leeds kick off attacking the goal to our left, with Queen's Park Rangers still needing the goal that would give them 2 points. In an ideal world, they would like a lot of goals here, which would then mean that Liverpool would have to play for a big score at Wolverhampton. But I think the situation is such that Rangers are realistic enough to know that one would do them and put some pressure on anyway. First corner of the second half. David Webb getting up there as Thomas takes it, and it goes to Masson, who miskicks. Mackenzie just Harris ahead of him for Leeds, so he plays it back to Reaney and finds Jordan offside. Mistimed his break, not by much, but by enough. Towards Webb's head, Hunter got under it. Reaney, and now hooked on by Jordan. Clement still in play, but out now. Francis, and up goes Webb again. And it looks very much as though in this second half, Rangers have put John Hollins into the back four and thrown David Webb forward. Well, he scored some crucial goals for them this season. Can Thomas get it across to give him a chance now? Over it comes. France's header. Bowles goes up. And Harvey catches. Clash of heads there between two players, Bowles and Frankie Gray. Jordan's back header, cut out by McClintock. Gillard slips. Jordan. Harris. Seen very little of him. And now Bremner. Eddie Gray to Reaney. Hunter. Mackenzie. Clever little nod, but Webb was there. Gillard. Thomas. Webb now has resumed his station in the back four. Bowles playing it on for Clement. Two men in the middle, Givens and Francis. Clement looking for the cross. Chipped it a bit too hard. Thomas. Cherry and Madeley get it away for Leeds. Looks like being a second half of sustained onslaught by Queen's Park Rangers. So much at stake, with only about 40 minutes of their season remaining. All this effort condensed now into the drama of this second half. Good cross, but going behind. 8 months of toil, bringing Queen's Park Rangers within touching distance of the championship, but really under the whip. The longer it goes on, the stronger Liverpool's position is. Clement. Eddie Gray. Mackenzie. Jordan. Pulled back from Mackenzie. Could score here. Great save by Parks. The best chance that Leeds have had. Jordan. A quick whip back to Mackenzie. Mackenzie a whiplash shot, and Parks an international class save. Hunter. Eddie Gray. Madeley. Bremner. So adept at turning the ball into a safe space. Madeley. Eddie Gray. Acknowledged the fact that he had Jordan outside him. Decided he would try Phil Parks, but in the end didn't do so. It was a good couple of feet over the bar. Forward towards Mackenzie. Jordan leaning on McClintock. Got a bit of time wasting. Jordan and Gray trying to work something out between them, and Jordan has found a space. Bremner. Bremner's shot came off Webb. Hollins shielding it for Parks, and he hasn't got it. Chasing it out, and now he's in trouble. He's pushed it out for the corner. Mackenzie did the right thing, trying to chip it back into the middle with the goalkeeper out of position, but Parks was able to dive and palm it over the line. The fourth corner for Leeds, balancing up four corners by Queen's Park Rangers. Eddie Gray. Parks going looking for it and not reaching it. Harris. Hunter in support. Harris gets over his cross, but it drifts away behind the line. Off a Rangers defender. Thought it changed direction a bit dramatically. And that's a corner on the far side for Eddie Gray to take, and for Frank McClintock to marshal the Queen's Park Rangers defence to deal with. Over it comes, and Parks only gets fingertips to it, but they were enough. Bremner. This is the most sustained spell of Leeds pressure we've seen. Another good punch by Parks. Cherry turning it. Bremner, Hunter. Rangers desperate to lift the siege, but here comes Cherry. Tries a shot, and Parks saves well on the edge of the 6-yard area. Trevor Cherry let it bounce and then let go. Well, certainly at Loftus Road, the season ending with a game that will make the fans eager to come back for more at the start of next season. Leeds, not quite the team they were of old, but still a side of such experience that they are not easily overcome. And Rangers, an exciting, all-purpose team in which everybody seems able to do everything. Here's Bowles. Good work! And that was hooked away by Hunter as Harvey dived. Throw by Hollins, very good jump by Mackenzie. Masson, little flick by Hollins that didn't work. And the wind now favouring Leeds in this second half. And they're taking off Frank Gray, who was injured in a clash of heads with Stan Bowles earlier, and they brought on Peter Lorimer. And this is going to call for a certain amount of reorganisation, but it's not too difficult for them with Trevor Cherry in the side. Great utility player who immediately takes up station at left back as Frank Gray goes off. Eddie Gray. Fine, accurate ball to find Harris, but he loses it quite easily to Gillard. And then concedes a foul by tapping Gillard's heels. Madeley a good header. Bremner beaten by Francis. Ball's not off, but Hunter in there battling for it. Cherry, Eddie Gray, Francis, Masson, Hunter, and a collision between two players and the referee. Hollins and Lorimer bumping into Mr. Gow, and Lorimer comes out of it with the ball for Harris. This time he's lost Gillard, but slipped as he played the cross. Masson, just a shift of his hips, won him a foot of space, which was all he needed. And here's a mistake by Madeley, letting in Gibbons, and Harvey saves! Great work by the Scotland goalkeeper, as Gibbons was clean through then, following a slip by Madeley, and Harvey had to come out and plunge. Bravery and timing, the key to that. McClintock puts it in. Header by Hollins, and it's in! Gibbons the cross, and Thomas has scored! Gibbons, and Dave Thomas was coming in on the far post to put Queen's Park Rangers 1-0 in front and send Loftus Road wild with blue and white delight. 27 minutes remaining and Queen's Park Rangers have got the first goal. They're unbeaten here this season. Their home record in the league, 16 wins and 4 draws. It's the size of the task now if Leeds are to get back into the game. Francis. Francis lets go again, but just wide. Queen's Park Rangers now on the rampage. Jerry Francis picking it up in midfield, making ground, and the left foot shot just a foot or two wide of the post. Jordan offside. Billy Bremner will keep the fight going until the last whistle. Free kick, back header by Masson, and Harvey coming chasing a long way out of goal. Puts it into touch. Sensible, safe thing. Field towards Mackenzie, put out of play. McClintock. Francis. Bremner. Lorimer. Still Lorimer. Jordan. Thomas making life difficult for him. McClintock. Too high for Hunter, but Madeley clears. Masson's header. Bowles jumping and missing. Cherry. Mackenzie to Jordan. Out to Harris. Jordan again. Cut out by Gillard. Hollins. Hunter. Madeley. Eddie Gray playing it on for Madeley. Bremner. Eddie Gray. Spread wide for Jordan. And trying to nod it back for Lorimer. He gives it to Francis. Who have I got with me, says Francis. Out here, Bowles. Masson. Gibbons' header. Cleared by Reaney. Webb waited for it and Jordan got in. And now here's Mackenzie. Webb bowled over McClintock. Mackenzie! Oh, what a fine save by Parks! Mackenzie was going for the corner and it would have gone in. On the break there, a collision between Webb and McClintock left Mackenzie with a chance to run on goal, and Parks timed his move out and his dive to perfection. Madeley forward for the corner. Eddie Gray with the ball at his feet. Lorimer now. Bang it goes, a deflection. And Parks' heart must have skipped a beat then. We've still got 20 minutes to go. And the Leeds fans raising their hands. Norman Hunter enjoying himself. To the near post it comes, there was a flick. And Bremner almost got to it, he asked for handball. Mr. Gow says no. Ball certainly struck something as it flashed across there. Mr. Gow of Swansea, who's refereed the game firmly and well, denies a penalty. Respond to their cry. Not at the moment. It's a Leeds throw. Queen's Park Rangers chairman on the end of the line there, suffering. A man who sometimes finds it difficult to bear the closing stages of a game. Madeley. Harris goes over, the ball goes out, and it's Leeds throw-in. 8 minutes left. Billy Bremner. Gillard not standing on ceremony. Lorimer's overhead. Webb got to it, and Francis completes the clearance. Now Rangers on the break, 4 against 3. And here's Stanley Bowles with an acre of space. Francis calling for the near post ball. And it's got in by Bowles! Sealed now. Queen's Park Rangers are going to win this. And that one must be put down in part to Harvey's mistake. But Rangers capitalised well on the chance to break. The ball was hit out to Bowles. Francis was coming in, calling for a near post pass, may have distracted Harvey, and when Bowles hit a relatively soft shot, Harvey couldn't stop it from going past him to make it 2-0. Stanley Bowles' 12th goal of the season, and with 7 minutes to go, Queen's Park Rangers are going to complete their season at Loftus Road unbeaten, and Liverpool are going to have to do something at Molineux. Clement to Masson. Forward they come again. Bowles. Bowles tricks Cherry. And again. And crosses. And that should have been number 3, but Clement put it over. Bowles disappointed because he did his part fully there, sending his man this way and that before crossing, and Clement from 3 yards range was still jumping as the ball came, and as he went up, so did the ball over Harvey's crossbar. But happiness is a blue and white scarf at Loftus Road. Webb's header, Greeny doubling back, but we're now inside the last minute, and Queen's Park Rangers are putting the pressure on Liverpool. Foul by Webb on Jordan. Shoulder between the shoulder blades. Mr. Gow taking the signal from his linesman. The 45 minutes are now over. As Bremner drives the free kick, and Parks comes and catches calmly and competently. The hallmark of Queen's Park Rangers football. Whether they end as champions or runners-up, they'll worthily represent England in Europe next season. And there is the final whistle. Queen's Park Rangers have done everything they possibly could. Their fans come swarming onto the ground. Goals by Thomas and Bowles in the second half give them a 2-0 victory over Leeds. And now it will be up to Liverpool against Wolves at Molineux.
Well, what a performance by Queen's Park Rangers. I don't think that anybody will grudge them their 2 points from that game and for sending the tension on for another 10 days. But I wonder how the Liverpool players are feeling about all that. With them, those of them that were at Anfield for that Central League reserve game, is Gordon Burns.
Well, here at Anfield, the champagne corks did pop. But it wasn't a premature celebration for the First Division League Championship. It was, in fact, to celebrate the reserve team winning the Central League Championship here this afternoon. A 3-0 win over Stoke City Reserves. And that is really a tremendous achievement by Liverpool Football Club, because that's the 7th time they've won the Central League Championship in the last 8 years. But throughout the afternoon, the crowd that was here, the commissionaires at the door, the dressing room attendants all had transistor radios to their ears, listening to the latest bulletins from Loftus Road. And I suppose there was a lot of disappointment when that first goal went in done in London. Some of the first team players had made their way to the ground here. They were sitting up in the press box. David Fairclough was there, Phil Thompson, and in behind them Ray Clements and Ian Callaghan, all watching the game but still at the same time listening to their transistor radios. Afterwards, some of the players drifted into the players' lounge here to watch the reports coming in on television, and indeed to see the Queen's Park Rangers players waving in triumph to the crowd as though they'd won the title, which didn't exactly please Phil Thompson, Jimmy Case and David Fairclough. Phil Thompson, disappointed in the score from London?
Yes, a wee bit. We're hoping Leeds could do something, because we know they're a really good professional side, and they're going to try and fight this European ban. So I thought, maybe if they weren't going to win, they were going to draw, they could grab a goal or something, make it 1-1, or would have been good for the goal average. But the way it's gone, it's been a fantastic result for QPR. But we've just seen them on the television and they seem to think it's over. But we've got a lot, we're really going to show them. It's going to be ours.
Yeah, I saw you sitting together with David Fairclough up in the press box during the second team match. Did you have a transistor up there?
Yeah, there was a couple of radios about, the scores were coming to us all through the game.
Was it tense sitting up there listening to the scores?
Yeah, your mind kept on going back to their game a bit, you wanted to know how they were getting on. A bit nerve-wracking.
So, Jimmy, it's a draw as long as it's up to 2-2 against Wolves or a win. Is it going to be a tense time waiting for that?
Well, I think that, when the game starts down there and our defence, it's getting on, they're quite good in that, so I don't think they'll...
Getting quite good.
Thanks, Jim. I don't think Wolves will score, and as it be so tight, I think, the game, and I think we'll come away with a win down there. And as Phil said, I think QPR, I think they've won it already. I don't think it's over yet by a long score.
So all the people totting up the goal averages and things are saying that if it was a 3-3 draw at Wolves, then the title would go to QPR. Would you say there's no way Liverpool could let 3 goals in at Wolves?
No, we've only let in 9 goals away from home. So we're just keeping our fingers crossed. Thank God we don't have to play at Anfield, because we've let, I think it's 21 in at Anfield, and we've only let 9 in away from home. So I think our defence would be happier playing away from home. But it's going to be packed down there. I don't think we could let 3 goals in. We'll be going there to win. We don't want to draw. We go there to win.
It's going to be a really tough game, isn't it? Because Wolves have got to come at you to stay in the first division, so it's going to be a really tense game.
Yeah, well, they're going to come at us. That maybe gives us a bit of break. To go with their back line, they're going to be exposed a little bit, I should imagine.
So for the Liverpool players and their fans, 10 days now of agonising suspense until the game against Wolverhampton at Molineux on Tuesday week. In the meantime, we can pick up some international action. Wales went to Zagreb to play the first leg of their quarter-final of the European Nations Championship against Yugoslavia. Hugh Johns was there with them, and we'll have the highlights of that game now.
Yugoslavia are without ace winger Jojic, and wearing his number 11 shirt is Babet, the only Dinamo Zagreb player in the side. But they brought Karolinsky in from France, where he plays with Nice, and Oblak from Germany, where he plays for Schalke. Number 7, Popivoda, is another from the German league. He's with Braunschweig. 7 of this side played in the 1974 World Cup finals in Germany, so there's lots of experience there. Wales team manager Mike Smith brings back Everton's Guy Davis in goal, so Terry Yorath captains the side Mike Smith has been planning to field ever since they qualified for this quarter-final tie by beating Austria. Toshak, the man Yugoslavia fears most, has James to work with up front, with Griffiths, Mahoney and Flynn ready to break and support the Welsh strikers when it's on to go. But first, the Welsh defence must be prepared to soak up a lot of pressure. And referee Paul Schiller of Austria gets us away. Yugoslavia. Blue jerseys and white shorts attacking the goal on the right. The all-red outfits with yellow trimming of Wales. Wales now hopeful of settling down early with a lot of sound around this big stadium. Number 2, Bullion. Such a lot of talent in this side. Muzinic. Achimovic. And the ball being knocked. Well, it was on the goal for Popivoda. First shot, he's onside. Oh, no! incredible moment. In the first seconds of the game. Got it. Looked like Vukotic. Phillips feeding it through for James. Vabets. Hadziabdic. Taken away from him by James. Still going. And did it go for the corner? Yes, it did. Well, Wales' second corner of the game. But they're 1-0 down. Leighton James to take the corner. They brought Thomas into the box. Evans is in there as well. Ball hitting Oblak. Will go for another corner. Shuriak's been brought back, the big tall striker, to mark Ian Evans here on the corner. That touched Oblak. Yorath puts it back in again. Knocked down by Mahoney, and then Vukotic breaks out for Yugoslavia. Good ball for Buljan to drive, and just misses goal number 2. That was Ivan Buljan, one of the powerful men of the '74 World Cup side, striding up to whack that one just wide of the far post. Mike Smith, Wales team manager, wondering how Wales can combat this situation. One back by Buljan. Thomas in hard. Did well. Robbed by Shuriak. Mahoney's in. Yorath back. Phillips. Yorath. Now James. Taking on Hadziabdic. And Muzinic. Down to James again. The ball played. In fact, last man to play it was James. Goal kick. Rain still drizzling down in this Maksimir Stadium in Zagreb, making the playing surface very greasy, very slippery. At the moment, Wales seem to be combating it much better than Yugoslavia, and a gift of a ball to Toshak. Now James, the return ball, read then by Muzinic. Popivoda. Almost a useful moment for Wales as referee Schiller signals the end of a first half which started so dramatically, so disastrously for the red-shirted men of Wales. 1-0 down to Vukotic right in the opening minute, but for the rest of the 44 minutes that were played, Wales were right in there pitching and looking for an equaliser. Certainly there's a lot more good football to come in this second half, and we're looking now for Wales to play as well in the second half as they did at the back end of the first. So Wales kick off the second half. 1-0 down here in Yugoslavia. And having played tremendously well after that shock goal from Vukotic in the 42nd second of the match. Wales now, if they can put their game together in the early stages of this second half, as they did towards the back end of the first, in with a chance, but the Popivoda, there's a streak of greased lightning down that right side. He's given Page an awful lot of trouble. Yorath knocking it back, and Phillips knocks it out. Griffiths, Yorath, Flynn making a little space for himself, which closes up quickly as Muzinic gets it way back to Petrovic. Mahoney's jump. Thomas trying to get there. And he did. He gives the ball to Hadziabdic. Now Achimovic. Hadziabdic. Achimovic looking for Oblak. Came off Thomas's head. Now Oblak. Deep ball. Yorath knocks it out. Karolinsky has followed up here. Knocked down by Yorath. Achimovic. His World Cup partner, Oblak. Took Thomas out of it. Good one, and number 7. Voda makes it 2-0. They should build up, and it's all really down to Oblak. That cross ball, the jump back, and number 7, Bobby Voda, lurking on the far post, just gets his left foot to it. 2-0. To make that 11 minutes into the second half, and that's a killer. If the first goal was bad enough in 42 seconds, that one could be a killer. 2-0 it is to Yugoslavia now. And they're going to bring on Djokovic, number 15. Clear who's coming off. Looks like Vukotic. Bobby Voda now for Yugoslavia. Now Buljan. Acimovic. Muzinic. Sweeper behind everybody in the back line. Buljan. Acimovic. Was a tackle from behind by Page on Bobby Voda, gives the foul. Jerkovic, number 15, wanting his first touch and doesn't get it. Oblak. Taking on number 5, Phillips. Looking in for Acimovic. Got the shot in, and it's deflection then. That was Vavets getting the deflection at the last minute. Curtis then is going to have his second outing in a Welsh jersey. As a starter against England at Wrexham recently. Had one game for Wales and scored. And it's Leighton James that is coming away off the park. 6 minutes left. As James puffs out his cheeks, shakes his head. Plastic seats being thrown down by the Yugoslavian spectators, who are now heading for home, satisfied that their country has a quarter-final win here in the European Championship against Wales. Wailing of the horns high up on the terraces. The waving of flags now. As Yugoslavia just keeping the ball. Just playing keep ball. Karoliński, this triangle in the corner. Oblak trying to escape his marker. It was Evans. And Vavets knocks that one back to Muzinic, who's played a very sound game in the heart of the Yugoslavian defence. Karoliński, number 5, hasn't given much away either. Oblak was being fouled by Thomas. So a free kick to Yugoslavia. Their 6th free kick of this second half. Mahoney stopped Vavets. Flynn, that's a bit tight in there. He had 4 men around him and one of them fouled him. On my watch, less than a minute to go. Less than a minute for Wales to try and get at least one goal out of this game. Phillips. Toshak, and it came off the head of Karoliński. Goes for another corner. Well, my watch says 15 seconds of this half left. I wonder if referee Schiller will add any time on for Brian Flynn to take it. High, and the challenge coming from Toshak. Now Evans, but for the full time, whistle goes, and Wales have been beaten here in the first leg of their quarter-final European Championship match, beaten 2-0.
And now Wales have a second leg ahead of them at Cardiff on May the 22nd. And so ahead of us is a period of agonising suspense, both internationally and in terms of the League Championship. Plenty of football to come still on ITV during this coming week, in fact. On Wednesday night at 10:30, highlights from a top game after news at 10. And coverage of the Cup final starts on Friday night at 10:30 with Hull win the Cup. And coverage from Wembley, all the best pictures on Granada, starting at noon. Well, that's the end of our afternoon, but we're still going to have to wait and see before we really know the outcome of the League Championship. So we'll leave you on our last weekend of the kick-off match with the 2 goals by which Queen's Park Rangers prolonged the agony right to the last kick.
McClintock puts it in.